Hello, it's your boy Davidoff. Welcome back to Movie Monday. So, for the past decade, my favorite type of movie has been comic book movies, super movies, Marvel, DC, amongst other types of comic book movies. I've really enjoyed those the most ever since the Dark Knight Trilogy and the first Avengers movie. That's what really got me into being a proper big fan of those types of movies. But before that, what I enjoyed the most was action comedies, primarily buddy cop movies. And one of my favorites were the Rush Hour movies, a whole trilogy of classic action comedy buddy cop movies. And the artwork on this Blu-ray box set is very nice. I really appreciate the artwork here. I like it. This is the American US import that I got. There is no UK box set on Blu-ray, which is kind of weird. Not even a DVD box set. So I imported it from the US. Rush Hour 1 and 2 are region free, I can watch them. Rush Hour 3 is region locked for the US, so I can't watch that. But I bought it separately, quite cheap. So I also got Rush Hour 3 right here. I've got two Rush Hour 3s, but I can't watch one of them. Anyway though, seriously, even though they're not my favourite anymore, superhero movies are, but buddy cop movies, I've always loved watching them. I always have and I always will. I just think they're a great type of movie to watch. And I feel like in the past decade, there's not been enough of them. I guess, in a way, Marvel type movies kind of took over the action comedy sort of scenario, but still, the world needs more buddy cop movies, because we had some classics. We had these, we had Bad Boys, we had a new Bad Boy recently, obviously, which was very good, and Lethal Weapon. That's just a few of them. You know, there's so many others I can think of, like The Other Guys. There are so many good, enjoyable buddy cop type movies out there, and I really appreciate that. And there's some newer ones, you know, like Bad Boys 3, Bad Boys for Life is what it's called officially, and Hobbs and Shaw in the Fast and Furious franchise. I love the buddy cop style, you know, so rewatching these Rush Hour classics, some of my favourite buddy cops, it's going to be great. Rush Hour is probably my favourite. You know what? I think I said one of my favourites. I think it is my favourite buddy cop franchise. It just might be. The only one that comes close for me are the ones I mentioned, Lethal Weapon and Bad Boys. I'd say Rush Hour is a personal favourite, but I like the other two as well. Those for me are the holy trinity of buddy cop movies. I love them. I got the Bad Boys movies in 4K, by the way, all three of them. So I'll do an episode like this on those movies at some point soon. The chemistry between Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker is so good. Like, they're so funny together, the way it works between them, it's so good. Like, when you do buddy cops, like, it's about two characters that wouldn't normally get along, but they got to work together to achieve a common goal. And in this one, you know, these two characters are two different personalities, but these actors have such great chemistry that it works so well. It works perfectly. It really does. Two fantastic actors, and in this movie, just the chemistry is great. It's funny, it's hilarious. The moment that Carter finds out Lee speaks English is it's hilarious. There's a lot of good moments in this, to be fair. Like when Lee first arrives on the scene and and Carter's like, "Do you speak English?" So many good moments, man. They're in a bar with the pool tables, which means the N-word scene is coming up. Oh dear, I don't think this scene would go down well in 2021, but back then, hilarious. Lee and Tucker seeing war, goated scene, goated scene. It's not just the comedy that's good either, like the fight scenes are just really fun to watch. Like every fight scene in this whole franchise really, it's just a joy to watch. There's good chase scenes, good fight scenes, some more intense than others, some are just comedic, some are more serious. And also these movies, they mix serious and funny quite well, because in this first movie, a girl gets kidnapped and they got to try and find the people who have kidnapped her, who are asking for a ransom and are bombing people. It's pretty dark in that sense, but obviously it's an action comedy as well, and I feel like they balance the funny side of it to the serious side of it really well, if you get what I'm saying. And I think the story is good too. Like, the story for the first two movies I think are decent. I think they work for these movies and I think they're quite solid. The third one I felt is lacking in that department. The comedy's still there, action's still there, but I don't feel the third one is as good as the first two. Partly because of the story, but also, I don't know, it just wasn't as good. But I'm still looking forward to seeing that one because I still enjoyed it. But Yeah, these first two are just absolute classics. And to be fair, the third one had probably the best scene in the entire franchise, the He Is Me and I Am You scene. I cannot wait to get to that bit. There's also something similar in Rush Hour 2 actually on that ship, innit? Inspector You? Can't wait to get to the... There's so many funny moments. But also good action as well. Do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight. Oh yes, the classic "You go this way, I go that way" line. I love that line. One of my favourite lines. My favourite one though was the ending Rush Hour 3, where they both punched a guy. That was the the best use of the line. You know, I used to watch these over and over again as a teenager, so like it's been a while since I last watched it as well. So this just takes me back. It's just great. It's just great reliving this. It really is. I love the ending, man. And I also love how, like, in all three movies, they always show the outtakes, the bloopers in the credits. I just love that. It's awesome. Anyway, I'm gonna watch Rush Hour 2 right after this. 2 in one night. Why not? Interesting thing about this box set. So it doesn't say which Rush Hour is on what disc, but you know which one is which because this one has LA. The second one, which is in the Blu-ray player right now, has Hong Kong images, and this one has the Eiffel Tower. So yeah, I really like the artwork on this. These two discs, I'm pretty sure, are not playable in the UK, unfortunately, but I still think it was worth buying this. You know, I really forgot how many classic throwback songs there were in this franchise. Like, I knew they were there, but I forgot how many big songs they had in it. Like the what's it called? "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough." That song. I love that song. I forgot it was in this franchise. I really did. There's a lot of classic music in this. I love the soundtrack. It's so good. "Don't worry, Chinese bamboo. It's very strong," says Lee. "American duct tape, not so much." "She was the bomb." I love Jackie, man. He's a goat. Jackie Chan fight scenes are always so entertaining, man. The way he uses chairs and saucepans and whatever he can find. I just love it. I love the way he fights. The man does all his own stunts as well. What a legend. What a damn legend. Chris Tucker's hilarious too, man. Where's he? Has he been in much since Rush Hour? I know he's been in a few things, but I feel like he hasn't been in anywhere near as much as he probably should have been, because he was great in Rush Hour and I felt he had a great career ahead of him, but since then I've not seen too much of him. I really hope they do a Rush Hour 4. I really hope they do. It would be amazing to do one last reunion. Please make it happen. So watching the bloopers to Rush Hour 2 is the best thing, especially the one the one where I don't know who it was, but someone calls Chris Tucker while they're filming, and then Jackie takes the phone and says, "We're filming right now." I crack up every single time I see that blooper. I've seen it on YouTube so many times. And the one after that as well. He ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3. But oh, I love the bloopers, man. The bloopers make it so much funnier. You can just tell the cast had a great time, you know. So yeah, that's great. So yeah, just one more movie to go, Rush Hour 3, and then that is it for this movie Monday. I have to wait another night though, because it's getting late. Need to get to sleep. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this, man. This is why the world needs more buddy cop movies. We need more of them. Make them, Hollywood, make them. I really like the opening chase scene in Rush Hour 3. It's quite a fun one. Also, this movie, for me, is the weakest in the trilogy, but it still has its great moments. The first two are better movies for me, but this one is still great in its own right. It's funny, it's action-packed. I really enjoyed it. I really went all out in this movie, I feel. And also, I'm about to see the He Is Me and I Am You scene, the best scene in the franchise. I also like how they brought back characters from the first movie as well, like the counselor and Soo Young, you know. Obviously, the villains of all three movies are linked in a way, so I like how they connect everything, and obviously bringing back the characters from the first movie as well. It connects everything together, which is what I like. We need a Rush Hour 4 though. We need one. We need one soon, hopefully. I heard that it might happen. I know Chris Tucker wants it. I heard Jackie Chan said it might happen, so please, please, one last dance. He is me, and I am you. This scene, every time it's a classic. Absolute classic. There's so many iconic and classic scenes from these movies. We need more movies like this, man. Not just buddy cops, but movies like this. They don't exist anymore. They need to exist. They do exist. We have these movies, but I mean, like, we need more of them. More movies like this. Because they are absolute classics that deserve a lot more recognition. Even though these movies actually do get a lot of recognition, but still, they're absolute classics. Interrogation scene where they're interrogating that French guy who can't speak English, so they get Sister Agnes to translate for them. And at the end where Tucker's like, nice working with you, sister, and she's like, anytime, brother. There's so many good moments in this, man. I love it. Also, anything involving that French taxi driver, goated. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Absolutely love the ending. I mentioned this already, but when they both punched the guy at the end, brilliant. So yeah, this movie's really enjoyable. I still think it's weaker than Trilogy. I think the finale was as good as it was. I think it lacked something. The final fight between Lee and Kenji, I feel like that lacks something. And that is it. Rush Hour 3 is over, and the bloopers are funny as always. So yeah, that's another Movie Monday episode for you guys. These movies are fairly short as well. They're all like 90 minutes long, so it's so easy to get through them. Even though they're quite short, there's quite a lot of content in them. You know, it's fulfilling. It's got good comedy, good action, as I mentioned. It's very good. I love these movies, and this is why I kept watching them constantly during my teenage years, and it's good to relive that sort of vibe. I'm looking forward to watching the Bad Boys movies and Lethal Weapon movies again as well. Obviously I watched Bad Boys for Life more recently because it came out recently, but you get the point. I want to do episodes like this on those movies as well, coming at some point in the near future. Well, this year at least. Anyway, yeah, this is awesome, man. This is awesome. I look forward to watching these again at some point soon, just not for a video, but yeah, great to relive. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and see ya.